Welcome to our math class. I'm so happy to see you guys join on time. Link to class Nearpod is in the chat. Let's go ahead and join. Today is Wednesday, August the 21st. Link to Nearpod is in the chat. Join using your first name. Remember, the session will be recorded in case anybody's absent or would want to review the lesson again. Welcome to class, Alexis, Holy, Huria, Jax, Joycelyn, Joshua, Kendra, Kim, Roman. Welcome. Here are some agendas and reminders for the week. These are the modules that were assigned to you for this week. I understand that the course was not visible to you. The math course was not visible to you until yesterday, pretty late. And you might not have taken the quiz. I will allow you until next week, Friday, to complete the 2 quizzes for this week. So I allow you additional time. I'm not going to go in the grade book and enter in any zeros until next week, Friday. Right? So that allows you plenty of time to make sure you complete it. I did go over the quizzes. I did go over 1.02 quiz yesterday. It is a recorded session. If you want the recording, please request it. It's also embedded in your course. If you go to the link, it will take you to the recording and so on and so forth. Lesson target for today's class. In this lesson, you will learn to classify numbers as either rational or irrational. You will also identify the subsets of real numbers. And what does that mean? I'm about to show you so that things make sense. Before we dig deeper into those Venn diagrams and subsets, I want to see if you guys remember any or all of these kind of numbers you have learned. You will match the numbers to the correct descriptors. These are the kind of numbers. These are the kind of descriptors. But we will match in the next slide, Joycelyn. You were supposed to join using first name, Alexis, Joycelyn, right? You were supposed to join Nearpod using only first names. So here is the matching activity. Here is the matching activity. Let's get started. Match your natural numbers. Go hunt for the natural numbers. These are the kind of numbers given to you. See which one is the natural numbers. Jax, that's pretty good. Holy, that is pretty good. In Nearpod, I see Joycelyn, Holy, Jax, Alexis, Maria, Kimberly, Kathy, Katerino. There are 22 students in class. There are only 8 of you guys. There are only 8 of you guys in Nearpod. I'm waiting for more of you guys to join. DJ, I can't see your face. I can only see your hand. DJ, are you trying to play a game or something? DJ, we hope to see your face on the cam. See if you can do that to us. Okay, let's see if DJ can hear us. DJ got a warming blanket, it seems. DJ, we want to see your face on the cam. Okay. Here we are. Okay, nice. Joycelyn, Jax, Kathy, well done. We're waiting for more people to answer. I wanted to turn the timer on for 2 minutes. DJ, you really took my attention. And I totally forgot to hit 2 minutes for the timer. Absolutely. Um, See if we can make sure class is a little more focused in a way. Teacher and students, we all can actively participate. Um, but it seems like it's been 2 minutes now, right, Kathy, Jocelyn, Jax, Maria? You guys need a few more seconds. I'll allow you. Let's talk about natural numbers. They are also called counting numbers. Kathy, are you ready to share with us natural and counting numbers? Everybody is thinking. You are allowed to hop on the mic, type in the chat, use your Nearpod. These are multiple ways we can participate in this class and engage. Whole numbers. Hello, Katerino. Oh, not whole numbers, natural numbers. Natural numbers. Kathy is thinking, what about others? Katerino, do you remember about counting numbers? Counting numbers? Lucio, excellent. 1 and up. These numbers are used for counting. 1, 2, 3, and up. Excellent, excellent. Very good. Let's talk about whole numbers. Let's talk about whole numbers. What do you guys know about whole numbers? Blessing, excellent. 0 and up. Can I say whole numbers also include natural numbers? Can I also say whole numbers? Yes, very good. They do. Let's go and look at a little bit more broader category. Integers. What can you guys tell me about integers? Excellent, DJ. I am so proud of you. Lucio has a nice way of saying. Lucio says, integers are these whole numbers and their opposites. So it also includes negative numbers. Very good, very good. What about rational numbers? Rational numbers. What do you guys know about that? DJ, excellent. I'm going to go to irrational numbers. They are ongoing, non-repeating decimals. Very good. What about rational numbers? Rational numbers. In our class, you are allowed to use your resources. Resources include using a book, using an online resource, right? Very good. But DJ, I agree to your rational numbers. They include fractions and decimals, both positive and negative. Real numbers is the bigger category, includes your rational numbers as well as irrational numbers. Let's go ahead and move on. For those who are trying to practice and get better understanding and grip, this Nearpod is embedded in your math course like I always do, like I did last year also. So you can always go back and review the topic for better understanding. Well, my next activity is you look at this Venn diagram. In my previous lesson objectives, I'm talking about sets and subsets. In math, we are using Venn diagrams to show those relationships. So this Venn diagram is telling you about real numbers and about rationals and irrationals. Look at it carefully. You guys will tell me, if this Venn diagram could speak, what would it say? So look at this Venn diagram carefully and notice, right? And notice carefully and write down in my next slide, if the Venn diagram below could speak, what would it say? I have created that as a discussion question so everybody can read one another's responses. Okay, let's see. Here we are. If the Venn diagram pinned could speak, what would it say? The first post, DJ, on task posts. That's what I'm going to be wanting to accept, right, DJ? Blessing here says, both rational and irrational numbers are real numbers. Very well expressed, Blessing. Joycelyn says, if the Venn diagram could speak, I think it would say that rational numbers and irrational numbers have nothing in common. Nicely written out. Kathy adds, it would explain the difference between real, rational, irrational, and real numbers. Kathy, very nice. Very nice, very nice. I'm waiting for more. Remember, it says post an original response and respond back to at least one classmate. Your classmates are going to feel so good to receive a response from you. But I am waiting. Here is the picture. Look at this Venn diagram. Look at the relationship. If this Venn diagram could speak, what would it say? Is there anybody else typing? And here, Huria says, rational numbers and irrational numbers are real numbers. And they don't have anything common. Very nice, very well written out, Huria. Excellent. Is anybody else typing? Don't want to just go ahead, move on and cut you while you are writing. Students, my 8th graders, this year you are taking math, reading, science, and Texas history test. You know that will involve some kind of writing. In my class, I will always try to embed in some sort of writing so you can get practice. Here is Alexis. Alexis says, rational numbers can also be expressed as integers, but irrationals cannot. I like it, Alexis. That is very thoughtfully written out. Very thoughtfully written out. This has more details than the previous one, right? It has more details. Now I have added more information to rationals and irrationals. Look at it carefully. What do you see? Notice, wonder about rationals versus irrational numbers. Also, whenever you have the square root symbol, whenever you have the square root symbol, I will allow you to use this calculator. Put the number in the calculator to actually see what the number should look like. Okay, let's go to the calculator and see square root. Blessing, square root, right? This square rooting. So let's see. Go to the calculator and find square root of 2. Share in the chat. Let me see who are the first 5 people will get the answer for square root of 2. For some of you, this is how the calculator might look like. Hurrah, very fast. For some of you, this is how the calculator looks like. Click this bottom left button, keyboard 1, and the keyboard opens up. Square root symbol is the last row where ABC is. That's the third button, square root. First 5 people, nobody, Huria, you are the first one. Let me show you. You are the first one and the last one. So far, everybody else is trying it out. Square root symbol is this, and then you put a 2, square root of 2. Okay. Look at the number carefully. What do you see? What do you notice? Why did we classify this number as irrational? Why did we classify square root of 2 as an irrational number? We cannot think about it? Think about it. Think about it. I know you guys will come up with the explanation. Blessing says it is ongoing. Absolutely true. Because it is ongoing. What else do you notice that makes it an irrational number? Kathy, Joycelyn, Huria, I see your hand is raised. Hop on the mic.
That the numbers are not the same, the n numbers.
Very good. They don't follow a pattern. They're not same. They don't follow a pattern. Can you guys tell me what digit can come after 7? If there is any pattern that you can follow to figure out what is going to go after 7. If you cannot, they are not following any pattern. It is hard to tell. So it is irrational. Ongoing number does not follow a pattern. It is irrational. Let me go back to the Nearpod. And here we are. Let's look at the others. What do you see, notice, and wonder? You can type in one thing in the chat. What do you see, notice, and wonder? I've added more details to the Venn diagram. There's more details into the rationals. There's details into pi. Our old friend pi is there. Pi is classified as irrational. And anything connected to the pi also is irrational. Nice, Huria. What else do you guys notice? I see Jax is kind of trying to tell me that there is nothing common between rationals and irrationals. And the person is climbing the rationals. Nice, Jax. Is there anything else? Is there any point of confusions that you have? Is there any point of confusions that you have? No? Okay. I have a number that is 5. Is it going to be rational or irrational? It is going to be rational. So nice. It is going to be a rational number. Well, is it going to be an integer? Jocelyn says yes. Blessing and Huria says no. Now I am confused. Christian says no. Jocelyn is the only one says yes. Jocelyn, what do you have to say about it? Why you want to say that the 5 is an integer? I would encourage you to unmute yourself, Jocelyn, so you can speak over the mic.
Integer because 5 is a natural number if you go all the way to like the middle, and if it's there, then it's also whole, integer, and ration.
Excellent. If 5 is a natural number, Jocelyn says, if 5 is a natural number, notice that 5 is also an integer because natural numbers belong to integers, don't they? They are inside the belly, right? So natural numbers, then whole numbers is also, 5 is also a whole number and 5 is also an integer. Why? Draining down, it is also a natural number. Natural numbers, whole numbers are all part of integers. Very good, very good. Let's go ahead, move on to our practice. This is a nice activity. I'm just going to ask you one. I'm going to ask, the rest you will do on your own. Think about this one, pi plus 3. Where will this go? I'm just going to ask you one. Where will pi plus 3 go? The orange box number. Huria says irrational. Jocelyn thinks irrational. What about others? What do you guys think it's going to go? Kathy, where will it go? Alexis? Kim? Joshua? Everybody thinks it's going to be irrational. Anything to do with pi is irrational. That is correct. The rest you try on your own. There is an answer key and you will check. Okay? And you will check your answers. But for our class, we focus on more rigorous questions. This question is coming from the STAR test. Can you guys read this number? I'm going to pause, wait to see. Do you guys know how to read this number? Holy. No, Huria, read the number as it is, but I appreciate you using the calculator, Huria. I appreciate that. Anytime you have the square root symbol, you gotta go to the calculator. I like that. But think about how do you read this actual number? You guys know how to do that? Kendra? Kalyanis? Maria? Lucio? I'm gonna hear from you, David. Ruben? Negative square root. Excellent, Huria. Negative square root of 169. Ruben, use your calculator. Tell me how much is it. Here is the calculator. Samantha? Sean? Guys, tell me. Type in the calculator. Tell me how much is the value of this number. It's an, oh my gosh, Kathy, you are so fast. Let's put this in the calculator and see how it looks like. Dump it in the calculator quickly. Oh, wow, blessing. Huria, you guys got it pretty fast. The rest of us who are trying to practice, negative number is also the minus sign. Okay, we can use the minus sign. Then I will use square root. Then I use 169. Can you guys all give it a try and see if that works for you? You have to practice using this calculator. Ruben, is that what you got? Negative 13? Yes, good. Samantha, Sean, Zoe, what did you guys get? So you work very hard in my class. I want to see you participate actively in the live class also, Zoe. When I see your amazing grades, I'm like, wow, Zoe works very hard. It is negative square root of 169, and Holy says the answer is going to be negative 13. That's absolutely correct. Now tell me, people, is it rational or irrational? Samantha, excellent. Is it rational or is it irrational or rational? It is rational. It does not have any ongoing weird decimals. It is rational. What else is it? Is it integers? Can I also say it is going to be an integer? It is integer, yeah. It is rationals. It's also an integer. What else it is? Is it whole numbers? No, blessing. Why? Huria, why? You guys were so prompt. No. Why is not whole numbers and natural numbers? Why? Huria says because it is a negative number. Natural numbers start with 1 and up. Whole numbers start from 0 and up. Excellent. So if I were to classify this number, I would classify it like this. Negative square root of 169 is going to be part of the integers. Because everything that is part of the integers is also part of rationals. See, integers lie in the belly of the rationals, right? So if something is integer, it is also rational. It lies in the belly of the rationals. Okay, let's look at the next practice question. This is another STAR test question. Sometimes they will assess you like this. Q represents set of rational numbers and Z represents set of integers. Okay. Which Venn diagram looks correct? Christian is talking about B. Christian, I want to answer you, and I'm going to go back to one of my slides and notice how the Venn diagrams in my math class will look like. Christian, you ready, right? Oh yeah, I got you. Now these are rationals and integers, right? Here is the image. I started the class. Jax, good. Very good, Jax. Alexis, very good. Okay. Here is the Venn diagram I started with. I'm going to clean it so you guys can see it. We'll clean it. The only time the Venn diagram is two separate circles is when we talk about the opposites. The only time the Venn diagram is two different circles is when we talk about rationals versus irrationals. Then there are two separate circles. Notice my math Venn diagrams are not partially overlapping. They are not partially overlapping. Some of your reading teachers will show you partially overlapping. Now, these are the two that we were looking at for the question, rationals and integers. Did everybody get a chance to look at my notes? Can we go back to the question? Let me know. I am now going to go back to the question. Here it is. Now see which one looks like the right answer to you. Which ones we should just take away because that is not the right answer. Which ones should we take away because they are just not the right answers? B and D, absolutely correct, Christian. B is like a reading teacher's Venn diagram, not our math one, because of this partially overlap. And D is about rationals and irrationals, not rationals and integers. What else? Christian thinks it is C. Let me see the unanimously agreed answer. Blessing thinks C. Alexis says C. Huria's thinking. Jack says C. Kimberly's thinking. Now think. What do you know about integers? If an integer is -2, is that also a rational number? Yes, it is, because I can write it as a fraction. So yes, integers can also be rational numbers. Integers can be rational numbers. Huria, right? But not all rational numbers, for example, -0.1. This is not an integer. So rationals are not all integers. So rationals is the bigger circle, and it does include integers, right? It does include integers. If you want to review the notes for this, I encourage you to have this Venn diagram always saved, and it tells you, see, like over here, it tells you rationals is the bigger circle and it includes integers. Julia, does that make sense? It is not the other way around. Rationals is the bigger circle. And all these are smaller classifications of rational numbers. Let's go ahead and move on to the next question. I want to see how you guys do on this. My first number is square root of 3. My second number is square root of 9. Where will the numbers go? Little reminder that is very important for us. The square root stuff will be done using a calculator. Use the calculator and tell me the value of square root of 3. Use the calculator. Tell me the value of square root of 3. Kathy, that is so correct. Tell me the digits that make up square root of 3. Alexis, good. Joycelyn, very good. DJ, actively work. I want to see the digits. Savannah, yes, 1 point. You're right. The square root of 3 is going to be whole. I'm still waiting for you guys to type in the chat. How much is square root of 3? Tell me all the digits. It will help us. So Jack says square root of 3 is 1.7. 3, 2, 0, 5, 0, 8, 0. Oh, wow. And so on and so forth. How will I classify square root of 3? It is rational or irrational? How will I classify it? Jax and Huria, Kim, you guys say it is irrational. What makes it irrational? Why do you want to say it is irrational? Why do you want to say it is irrational? Jax says because it has ongoing decimals. Very good. What else about the ongoing decimals? What else about the ongoing decimals? Ongoing decimals, and that the decimals do not follow a pattern. They're not repeating. Very good. What did you guys find for square root of 9? You guys found 3? Is it a rational or an irrational number? It is a rational number. Very good. Is it also an integer? Is it also an integer? Jocelyn thinks it is also an integer. Let me tell you what are integers. And I'm going to remind you. Integers are whole numbers and their opposites. So these are all integers. Okay, whole numbers and their opposites. So can we say that square root of 9 is also an integer? Yes, you guys all say it is also going to be an integer because here it is. So square root of 9 is actually going to go here, right? Because if it's going to be part of integers, it is automatically also a rational number. It is automatically also a rational number because integers are in the valley of the rational numbers. Okay, let's do a little. Here I have a really nice one. Okay, and my question says, this is your exit ticket. It is going to make you think. Name a number that is an integer, but not a whole number. Name a number that is an integer, but not a whole number. And I want you guys to post answers in the discussion so we can share the answers. You guys are already posting in the chat. That's so good. Okay, post here in the discussion so I can release your answers and your class gets to see. This is Blessings. Huria has the same number. Alexis, Kathy, that's Joycelyn, Maria, Holly, Huria, Samena, Kim. Everybody answered correctly. These are all integers, but they're not whole numbers. So good. Okay, you guys seem to be. Oh, Kendra has -3. Kathy has -12. Anybody else wants to post more numbers? Jax has a -4. Very good. Let's look at Huria has a -1 also. Here is my exit ticket. Tell me about square root of 81. First, tell me how much that even is. How much is square root of 81? Let me see in the chat. I want to see the first 5 people who will type in the value of square root of 81. Oh, nice. Joycelyn, Alexis, Huria, Kimberly, Maria. You guys all say it's 9. Now tell me, is square root of 81 a natural number? Joshua, Christian, nice. Is it a natural? Is it? Christian says yes. It can be used for counting. Is it a whole number? Yes. Is it an integer? Yes. Is it a rational number? You guys are so fast. It is. All of these 3 makes your rational numbers, right? Is it a real number? Is it an irrational number? No, very good. It's also a real number. Well, go ahead, do at least one of these 3 numbers. Any of your choice. And I'm going to check and then I will let you guys go. Get started. I'm going to give individual feedback to you guys on the exit ticket. So I can see Blessing got started. Huria got started. Jax, think about the 0. Is it used for counting? Do we start counting from 0, Jax? Natural numbers are counting. There you go, Jax. Right, Jax? Think about 0. Do you start counting with a 0? No. Very good. You start with whole. Samana, good with that. Let me see Kimberly. Kimberly, I agree to you. Very good. Then you say it is also an integer. Jax, is it a rational number? Is 0 also a rational number? Think about it. Huria, I agree to you. Joycelyn, I agree to you. So Jax, it is going to be a rational number, right? Very good with that. Because if it's whole and integer, it is a rational number, but it is not going to be rational. And all the numbers are real numbers. Very good. Oh yes, DJ, thank you for reminding. It is the end of class, but I do give you guys a good feedback. Alexis, Blessing, Kathy, Joycelyn, Holly, Huria, Jax, Kendra, Kimberly, Maria, and Samantha. I agree to you. DJ, I want to see you in my nearpod till the end next time, right? I'll end the class here. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see one another tomorrow in class.